Have you ever started following a football betting system or strategy which was apparently profitable in the past, but as soon as you start following the same system, for you, it starts to lose and it becomes very unprofitable in the future? Well, there is a high chance that the system you were following was actually just based on luck, and in this video, I'm going to show you a way to literally eliminate the luck factor from your football betting so you can follow a system which was profitable in the past and will most likely be profitable in the future. If you want to see this, go grab a nice cold beer and let's get into it. So let's firstly look at the real reasons why a betting system can fail, because I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you've had betting systems that have failed before, right? Now look, it could just be there was simply no edge in the system that you were following. It was literally a lucky run, which looked good, and then it ran out of luck and it reverted back to the mean. It could also have been some short-term positive variance that you jumped on, and obviously that looked good. It looked like potentially it was a lucky run, but then that evened out, you got the negative variance, and then that maybe led to the next one, which is human error. And that human error is basically, well, you gave up on a system which would have been profitable if you actually stuck with it. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people watching this that have given up on systems which might well have been profitable in the long term. And the ultimate reason why betting systems can fail is that you can't actually guarantee the future, can you? Because I do believe, and I do have faith in people like yourself, and I do think that if you were very confident and you 100% knew that a system was going to be profitable in the long term, you wouldn't give up on it, right? You would stick with it. And I'm pretty confident you would. I think the reason most people actually give up on their betting systems or give up on any strategy or something like that, it's that doubt that maybe it was, number one, it had no edge. Maybe it was just a lucky run. Maybe it was some positive variance or something like that was going on. But anyway, you might be thinking, well, this is great. But yes, you've touched on that point. And how could you guarantee that a system that has been proven profitable in the past is going to be profitable in the future? How can you do that, Ben? Because obviously we can't guarantee anything. However, we can stack probability in our favor. And we can look at systems and we can give them a little stress test to see whether a system which has been profitable historically can be profitable in the future. And we can give ourselves a high probability of following a system which is going to be profitable in the future. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So let's show you some interesting things here. So we're inside my system builder tool. I've got a profitable system here which has been profitable since 2019. So we're going on 6-7 seasons where it's been a profitable system. I'm not going to show you the system because an edge shared is an edge destroyed on YouTube. But this system has been profitable for the past 6-7 seasons. However, it's a natural question for a lot of people to think, well, okay, it's been profitable this long, but how can I really be confident that it's going to be profitable in the future? And it's a fair question. So inside our system builder, what you can see is something called P factor, Archie score, and A&E. And so when you first look at that, you're probably thinking, well, I've got no idea what on earth that is. And I'm not going to bore you with the mathematics behind it in this video. We're going to try and keep this as simple as possible. But these are the factors which will determine just how lucky your system is, okay? Now, you can see I've got a back home win system, which is in profit. That's made 6K over those seasons, so it's like a grand per year. You've also got a lay the draw, which actually makes more money, 11K. Then you've got a lay away win system, which has made 17K. Now, you might look at this and just think, well, okay, clearly the system to follow is going to be that system which has made the most money, the 17K, okay? Now, primarily, we first want to look at the ROI. The ROI is actually lowest on that, and it's highest on the back home win. We ideally want our ROI number to be above 4% because that eliminates the margin for error and it starts to eliminate the luck involved, the short-term luck involved with your system, okay? Following on from that, we then look at the P factor, and the closer your P factor is to 0.01%, the closer this is to not being luck and to actually being exactly how probability should play out. Now look at our back home win system. It's made the least money, but it's got the highest ROI and that lowest P factor, 0.13%. Then you look at that lady draw, which is 3.36, and then you've got lady away win, which is above 1%. Still potentially viable. However, we're still leaning toward the back home win, which it's made the least money. But if we're looking for a sustainable system, which is not relying on luck, this is the winner so far. Now, Archie score, again, not going to bore you with the mathematics, okay? We can explain that another day. But with Archie score, you're looking for the higher, the better, okay? It's basically rating your system, and the higher that rating is, the more reliable it is in the future. Now, the Archie score is 10, for the other one is 5, the other one is 4. So again, the back the home win, it's made the least money, but if I'm looking for a system which I can be confident and reliable in the future, this is still the winner. Now, A&E, this needs to be above 1.05, and this one is 1.07. That's great. Our lady draw is 1.04. The lady away win, 1.03. Okay, so it's a clear winner. That back the home win. If I'm just looking for a sustainable system, which is not going to be one of those systems which falls apart in the long term, then it's this one. Okay, it's made less money, but what are you looking for? Are you looking for a system which you can be confident is going to win in the long term, or do you want one of those systems which, as we know, can just fall apart on you? Anyway, there is more to this, and there is more to this that you can also do inside the system builder. So currently we're looking at systems based on a perspective of, look, you're going to follow your system perfectly, you're going to place every single bet. And that's not always the case, isn't it? Let's be honest with ourselves. You're going to miss some bets. There's going to be some weeks where you're just like, do you know what? I can't be bothered. I can't be dealing with this. I want to step away, or I want to try something else, or maybe you're on holiday, etc. So you can also kind of simulate how your system would play out if you weren't exactly following every single bet, if you weren't so disciplined, okay? Currently it's based on use all games, but if we click on show only out of sample data, that will show us how the system will play out if we only place, say, maybe around 66% of the bets, okay? It's a random simulation, but you can see the back the home win, because it was such a solid system in the first place, has actually gone up in ROI, okay? So it's gone up in ROI, and it's still stayed reasonably solid with our scores on here, okay? And you can see it hasn't really shifted that much. It's nothing too major on the other ones. But now let's have a look at the in-sample data, and this is where you're just basically placing only maybe a third of the bets that qualify. And you can see that that lady draw starts to go even lower ROI, 1.34, and the lady away win. Whereas in our back the home win, it still stayed pretty solid. And this is you placing the bets sporadically, not really following the system, being a very undisciplined investor, which you're not going to be. You're not going to be, right? If you're going to be taking part in this program, you're going to be doing a lot better than that. And but the great thing about doing this is it does show you that, you know what, even if you are pretty bad at following the system, you can still expect to be in profit. Now, ideally, you're going to be doing this. You're just going to be following the system to letter, and we're going to see how that is going to correct. And it's going to be a pretty solid system with a high ROI. So anyway, look, this shows you how you can potentially stress test your system for the future. Because that's the problem for many, isn't it? Is that you found a system, yeah, it's historically profitable. And this one's been profitable for going on 6 years, which should give you confidence, isn't it? It should make you feel pretty confident that you're going to get at least another season of that being profitable. Now, anyway, you run all these checks and you should be very, very confident that it's going to be profitable going forwards also. No one can predict the future. No one can guarantee the future, but we can put probability on our side. And those are the checks that you can run to be reasonably confident that the system you've picked out is going to be profitable in the next coming year. So anyway, this is all inside Power Systems. It's a full-on program. It teaches you how to make your own systems and then also how to then build your own systems. And of course, like you've just seen, stress test your systems for the future so you can build out a portfolio of systems that you can be very confident are going to be profitable for you over the next year as a minimum. Could be more than that, could be the next 5 years, could be the next 10 years. As you saw there, we've got a system which has been profitable the past 7 seasons. Very easy to follow system also. But anyway, if you want to be involved, if you are serious about this, click the link in the description to learn more about power systems and you can get involved, okay? The goal with power systems is not to turn you into a football expert, it's to turn you into a profitable expert bettor. Those two are two different, very different things, okay? None of this involves long periods of research, having to know every squad, every player, every league, every team, or anything like that. It's all very, very simple systems. And you probably won't believe how simple these systems are, which is why this video on the screen is going to show you the type of systems you can create within power systems and how to create that portfolio. So I strongly suggest you click on that video and take a very good look. You might like this. I'll see you in the next video.